Look at that. All right.
Hey. I have to turn the volume down on this.
Yeah. Go for it. Am I super loud? The music was probably really loud, huh?
Someday I'm going to figure out how to fade that out. I'm
We'll get
still
there.
learning. I'm still learning.
It's a bit of a chop up, but
It's fine. It's
okay.
fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
How are you?
I'm well. It's been a good week.
Has it been a good week?
You know. Oh, except for falling on my head. Although,
yeah, I remember that. Was that this week? No, that was last week.
No, that was
we talked about that on the show last week.
We did talk about that. I forgot.
We did. I remember.
I just got a call from the care center, and I get my staples out tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
They're super itchy, so
you're like Frankenstein.
Around them a little bit, yeah.
Stapled together.
There's been a couple times where I forgot they were there, and I'm just like, no, fuck. But I didn't tear them or anything, so I'm good.
Nice. Well, I wear lipstick tonight. It's a special
occasion. Wearing lipstick. You're looking fancy.
Matches my blazer.
Fuck, I should have got my blazer. Goddamn.
Matches my new car, too.
I don't really have a blazer. What?
It matches my new car.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Which you get tomorrow.
Well, they said Tuesday now.
Oh, really? Oh.
There's some kind of logistical bullshit. And they couldn't get it here tomorrow, so they're going to drag it out and torture me for another day. It's fine.
Son of a gun.
It's fine. Patience.
It's fine. You'll be all right.
Patience.
You'll get there.
It's all good.
It's all good. Very soon you'll have your baby. Your new baby.
My new baby.
It's going to be fine. It's going to be good.
It is. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, my week has just been a week of work. You know, same old. And dealing with the new boss.
Is there a new boss? Same as the old boss. New boss, same as the old boss.
Not our GM, but
okay.
The assistant managers. We got two new guys, and
stick it to the man. Okay. Solidarity.
Yeah, but I'm not going to dwell on that because that's.
I know we don't want to go there.
That's work. We don't want to talk about work.
Seriously, fuck work. I got to go back to work tomorrow, and it feels like I just barely got off on Friday.
Oh, really? I work tomorrow, and then I'm off Tuesday for my birthday.
Happy birthday, Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Tuesday,
February 4th.
What do you want for your birthday?
Peace, love, and happiness.
Peace on earth, peace and love on earth.
And a couple $100,000.
Anything frivolous that maybe.
No, I'm just going to take the day off and relax at home because at work, they celebrate people's birthdays.
Yeah.
Which is nice, but I don't want that with people that I work with. I mean, they're nice people, and I'm friendly with my comrades, you know, in the kitchen. But I don't like the attention. I mean, with my good friends, you know, if I was
I'm gonna give you some attention.
Well, I can take your attention. That's great. I love your attention. But not the people.
No, what can I send you for reals? Do you like to get flowers?
I
don't know why I meant.
Always nice to put in the house. Ugh.
Right. Chocolate, weed.
No, I can get weed here. I'm in Colorado, for crying out loud.
I know.
Plenty.
I got a dispensary next door. What are you drinking tonight, or are you just smoking tonight?
Well, I've got a Guinness from earlier.
Gross.
I might have that. I left it over at the neighbor's house on New Year's. Before I got sick with bronchitis. But
bronchitis.
Yeah, but I saw the neighbor today, and he said, "You want your beer?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I don't know. I might drink it, but right now I've got water, fresh, cold, ice cold water.
Damn it! And you're making me look like a fucking degenerate drinking beer. I've got a real drinking problem lately. I usually just drink maybe like once a month, but lately,
once a week,
at least. But it's like I'm not like doing it on purpose, and it's usually not like alone. But we do this podcast every Sunday, so I'm drinking every Sunday when we're doing this.
Yeah,
and
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. And like I live in Vegas, so
Right.
obviously drinking is part of life here.
Yeah.
And I was at a
Cultural.
party on Friday. No, yesterday.
You went to a party?
Yeah, for a coworker. It was at
Ooh.
this like adult playground kind of. That sounds dirty. It wasn't like a dirty.
Yeah, that does sound dirty.
No, it's like Chuck E. Cheese kind of like there's lots of
Oh,
like
okay.
games kind of like that.
Oh, like a
Not
Buster,
really. Not
Buster
well,
and
not really. It's more like how do you explain it?
video games,
They're not video games. They're like group kind of
pool,
games.
darts,
No. Like ball pit and like
axe throwing.
no axe throwing.
Oh, like
Like
kiddie games for adults?
yeah,
All
and like
pits?
bouncy mazes and like a Velcro wall
Oh,
and like all it was cool. It's at the Luxor. Um
neat.
and the best part is they have a bar there.
Oh, there
And
you go. Get drunk and go jump into the ball
I
pit.
did. I got drunk there and played for a couple hours and then I Ubered down to Fremont Street
Nice.
and I was going to see a band play. And about the time that they were going to come on stage, I was getting really tired and pretty
Oh,
drunk. So I came home. I'm old.
you're
I'm
old. You got
I'm,
tired.
I'm
Yeah, if
very
you're gonna
old.
go out and play before a band, you gotta
I
take
know, right?
take a late nap
I
and
know.
then get up
I
late.
didn't. I didn't do that. I went out and I drank first. I got sloppy
Yeah,
drunk. And
yeah.
then it was like 2 hours until the band was going to play.
Oh
And last
shit.
time I
Yeah.
went and saw them down at Fremont, they played for 3 fucking hours and I stayed the whole time.
Whoa,
They
3 hours.
play, yeah, they play like covers of like care bands.
Oh,
Love it.
cool. Right on. Fun.
It's awesome.
Rock and
So what's
roll,
going on in
baby.
the world? I'm trying to avoid it.
Me too. Yeah. I mean, we're what, 12, 10, 11, 12 days into the new Trump
Yeah,
administration?
we're going through the stages of grief. We're
Yeah,
in
we
the
are.
we're in the denial stage.
Yeah, I'm totally in the denial stage still. Um, I, I, I'm not looking at the news much at all. Not like I was before the election. You know, like
No, there's
watching the podcasts and everything that I was
hmm
watching every day, or Morning Joe. Of course, nobody's watching Morning Joe anymore.
yeah, fuck
Um,
those guys.
I know, right? But I'd watch like the Bulwark, which is a
Bootlickers.
podcast. They're conservative guys. Used to be Republicans, but now they're just conservatives. You know, not Trumpers. But I haven't watched them in a long time, and I love that stuff. But I've just been, yeah, I'm like, I don't want to hear about it because I know he signed all those presidential decrees and whatnot on the day of, and did just terrible. You see him sign him, he's like, oh, that's a big one. He just kept saying, oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, and he doesn't even fucking know. He's such a dumbass. He has no
Yeah,
idea what the
what's going
fuck
on?
it's doing. He was just the vehicle for this
He's a tool.
project 2025 to get in. And like now that he's in, he doesn't give a shit. He's supposed to go play golf and let these like minions do whatever the fuck they want to do. And
Tool.
somehow he's duped the entire working class into thinking that he's their friend. I mean,
Exactly.
the backlash is going to come. Like it's coming. But the
You know,
unfortunate part is a lot of damage is going to be done before the backlash comes.
exactly. I'd like for these people that think he's such a wonderful man, I wish they could all meet the contractors and people that have worked for him over the years that he has screwed. And
Yeah, he stiffed everybody.
they've lost money. I mean, all these. I remember seeing a documentary about all these contractors in Atlantic City when he had his failed casinos, but when he was building them up, like people that would come in and do the windows and the rugs and everything, all the interior and stuff, he just wouldn't pay him. He'd say, "Oh, you didn't do this right, so I'm not paying you." And then
Well,
they
even
take him to court, and then he just bleed
yeah,
him dry.
even his campaigns, like there's a reason that he had all these outdoor rallies this time because he stiffed all the venues last time
Exactly.
around, and they wouldn't let him come back.
He still owes the venues from 8 years ago.
Yeah, which is why he's like doing he's doing appearances at like fucking like farmyards and
Yeah,
like
he's out in the
landscaping
middle of nowhere in some
companies.
field. Remember, and he left all his people in the cold up in Michigan. He
Yeah,
was
because
outside of Saugatuck or
because he's a
somewhere.
dick. Of course
What
he
an
did.
asshole. And these people still flock to him like he's some kind of messiah.
Well, it's a cult. I mean, obviously it's a
It is a
cult.
cult. It's an obvious.
And I mean it's hard to even imagine what could break them of it. I mean, I was raised
Yeah,
in a cult, so I mean you can break free of it eventually.
eventually, yeah.
But
It
yeah,
takes a lot.
but it makes you wonder like what's it going to take for these people to come to their senses and realize, oh my God, this guy's fucking us in the ass with no lube.
Yeah. And
Because
he
I mean,
has
that's what
been.
he's doing. That's what he's doing.
That's all he does. He doesn't care about the people that voted for him
I
at
don't even
all.
think he cares about the job other than, just what it does for his ego.
He didn't even
He
think he was
doesn't
going to win the first time.
he doesn't believe in he doesn't have any principles. He doesn't have guiding principles. He doesn't really believe in anything.
He's morally bankrupt.
No, he's just into his own ego. He's into his own whatever,
Yeah, and that's the thing too, as I've noticed. I have watched the late night hosts, Late Show with Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, does anybody watch that shit anymore? I mean, I like to see it on YouTube, but I know, but is somebody
I watch it on YouTube?
I know, but are people like actually turning on their television and like watching late night talk? I mean, we're like the older generation now. We're fucking Gen Xers, right?
Yeah.
And like, I don't watch TV. I don't even have like regular TV.
I don't ever watch regular TV. I've got it right here, the monitor I'm using, but I never switch it over to TV because why? Unless I want to watch like a live football game or something.
Seriously, I mean, all it is ads when you watch football or when you watch TV.
Tons of ads.
And I don't really watch sports, so like I don't even need regular TV. The only sports I watch is WWE, and I don't know if that counts.
Yeah. What kind of sports?
WWE.
Oh yeah, that's big time sports. Yeah.
Sports entertainment.
That's sports entertainment. Exactly.
Royal Rumble yesterday. It was good.
I tell you what, that is choreographed athleticism with fantastic, outrageous storylines.
There's a lot of parallels to it, and maybe this is a show for someday. There's a lot of parallels between pro wrestling and politics.
Yeah, I can see that. Sure.
There's a lot.
I could see that.
Well, I don't know if you had anything you want to talk about today, but I kind of wanted to talk about sort of the disconnect between the things that we talk about as a society, the things we argue about, the things that mainstream media and mainstream politicians talk about and get us fighting about, compared to the things that actually affect people's lives, because they're not the same thing, right?
Are you talking about culture wars?
I'm talking about culture wars. I'm talking about, hysteria over what really a couple dozen trans athletes playing sports.
Right.
That's like the issue.
All of a sudden there's
like
148 laws that were passed in 20 states.
Right? So you got that. There's like the fucking like war on Christmas.
Yeah.
And immigration or even like abortion. It's important. But at the end of the day, whether I can get an abortion or not doesn't threaten power, right? It doesn't threaten the status quo. It doesn't threaten the oligarchy.
No. And so, it never used to be a big thing. Not back in the 70s.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it was with the not so crazy Christians, but
what my point is that the issues that we as a society have permission to disagree on and to fight about and to be divisive about are universally issues that do not threaten power and do not threaten the status quo.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Why don't we talk about corruption?
The people think it does. The people think it matters.
They do think it matters. But listen, if every single fucking trans person, every immigrant, whatever, was gone tomorrow, and every immigrant was out of the country, and abortion was banned, whatever, most people's lives would not be any different than they are right now.
Not at all. Yeah.
Because that's not what the real problems are.
No, those aren't the real problems. Those are just inflated, ridiculous bullshit that the politicians want to divide the people.
Yeah,
because so they can keep getting their paychecks from big corporations that basically run our country.
Well, the reality of the way that our society works is that you have less than 1%, probably maybe 1%, against everybody else. They've been waging this class war on everybody else for the last 40 plus years.
Oh, yeah.
And they were conspiring to do it before that, because even Eisenhower called them out.
Yeah.
In their infancy.
Yeah.
So what they fear the most is all of the classes below them uniting and seeing the boot that's on their throat and banding together. So they have to keep all of us separate, right? They have to keep all of us fighting amongst ourselves about stupid shit that no matter who wins the argument doesn't threaten them.
Divide and conquer.
Exactly. So in the meantime, here's what we don't talk about. We don't talk about corruption. We've got these fucking senators, congressmen, beating the market by, who knows how much. All of them.
huge percentages.
They're taking legal bribes. They're beating the market. They're beating all the hedge funds. They're beating all the 401ks.
And
you and me
they're
invest
in
whatever.
office for their whole damn lives. Look at Chuck Grassley. The guy's
Right?
almost 90 for fuck's sake. I mean, Mitch McConnell too. All these old.
Yeah,
fuckers.
Dianne Feinstein. I mean, she was practically weekend at Bernie's.
Oh
Nancy
my God! And there's this
Pelosi.
other lady. Oh, this other lady. They just saw. I forget who she is or where she's from, but she hasn't been in her office in like 3 or 4 or 5 months or some shit. Why? Because she's in an assisted living facility.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's insane. And she's supposed to be in Congress doing a
Okay,
job.
this is the thing. You win a congressional election these days. You win national office
Yeah.
to the Senate or the House of Representatives. You've basically won the lottery, right?
Oh yeah.
You're even if you're a middle class, which highly unlikely that a middle class person wins, but if they do, suddenly they're not middle class anymore. Suddenly
Right.
they're
Definitely they've been elevated. Yeah.
yeah. Even the ones that you think are on your side, they become part of the machine,
Oh, yeah.
and
They get indoctrinated pretty quick, I would imagine.
they do. They fall in line, and party becomes more important than the things that they ran on, the things that they promised, and the principles that they, they told us they believed in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Another one is healthcare, right? Well, I mean, just our whole society in general. Our whole society is about making money, right? So our healthcare system is about keeping people sick and making money off of sick people.
You make a lot more money off sick people than you do keeping them from getting sick.
Our economy is about staying in war. We've been at war all but 12 years of our nation's history.
Which is
because
insane.
War is very fucking profitable, and war profiteers have a shit ton of power because they bought all the politicians and they've got the revolving door. Like, I'm so fucking fed up with this shit, man.
Oh yeah. Speaking of war profiteers, I just watched a movie the other day called War Dogs from 2015 maybe, with who's that guy that used to be really chubby, and he was a couple of high school kids. I can't think of the actor's name. Anyway, they were young guys who got into the war business, and they're back in the it was filmed in 2014, but I think it was set about 10 years earlier, maybe after the beginning of the Gulf War. And so there's the government, instead of just giving contracts to the big war machine companies, they passed some kind of law that said they got to give all the little guys a chance too. So these are two little guys that were just feeding off the scraps, basically the crumbs. And but you could see the corruption for the guy who started it, and he got his friend in on it, and it was just insane how much money these people make off of guns, off of war, off of bombs, off of just weapons of death. And they're not even there doing it. They're just on the phone talking to people mostly. They did have to go to a couple of countries a couple of times, but in general, it's insane.
Well, that's what our society is. Our society is about making money. It doesn't matter what the human cost is. It doesn't matter what the financial cost is. It doesn't fucking matter as long as they can make the money. Our healthcare system, corrupt as fuck. Our housing system, corrupt as fuck. Our prison system, our education system, all of it is about making money. It's not about educating people. It's not about healing sick people. It's not about maintaining peace. It's about making fucking money. And it creates incentive structures that create an unstable society. So look at our society. We've got fucking homeless people all over the place, right?
Everywhere.
We have unaffordable housing.
And every town, we have an economy. People, they just shove them off to the next town.
We've got people since Reagan in the 1980s that defend this goddamn system of trickle-down economics that creates a system that requires fucking poverty. Like, we have to have poverty or our economy fails. And then they turn around and be like, what's wrong? Look at all these fucking poor people ruining our society. They're the ones that made it that way. And they're the ones that still simp for this goddamn system that keeps people in poverty. And then they sit back
and try to make it a moral thing and say, well, if you're not successful, then you're obviously a bad person.
Okay, but listen, it's the pull yourself up by your bootstraps bullshit, right? Exactly. But what happens if every single person pulls themselves up by their bootstraps, gets the education, gets the experience, works their ass off? If every single person does it, someone still has to work the goddamn poverty jobs or the economy fails. So our economy grades on a curve. There has to be a certain amount of people that fail for the people up here to win, and it's fucking bullshit.
Oh yeah, it is bullshit. It's insane.
If we want to make America great again, I mean, I'm sure they're talking about the 1950s, right?
Oh yeah.
So I mean, the obvious problem in the 50s is racism, sexism, all
Yeah,
that kind of
exactly.
shit. But
Let's
if you
get
want
rid
to
of
go
all
back to,
that and then
yeah,
tax the corporations and the rich at 90% again.
I was going to say, you want to go back to Keynesian economics, where yeah,
Yeah,
where the top
exactly.
marginal tax rate's 90%. Yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Right,
Let's have a nice
without
country again.
without the
I don't know if
racism,
we've
without the
talked about this
sexism.
before, but yeah, I mean, there used to be like public works in the towns where I grew up. I grew up on Lake Michigan, and we had, a public beach, and you
Yeah,
go there, and there's a concession stand where they'd hire high school kids local to work for the summer, and the place made, a tiny profit, just enough to cover their nut. But they had showers and bathrooms and facilities for people to use for the beach, and places to sit down, and umbrellas, and you know a nice place. But then no money for that. Why would you give money for the public good? Fuck that.
no, everything has to have a price tag and everything has to be
Right.
privatized. That's why
Exactly.
go up to Yellowstone and look at the Roosevelt Arch. What does it say on the Roosevelt Arch? You worked there. Do you remember?
In Yellowstone, I don't remember.
You
Oh,
don't
it's
remember
for
what
the
it's
people or something like that.
for the benefit and enjoyment of the
Yes,
people.
for the benefit and enjoyment of the people.
That's
And
what the
that's a,
government should be for, right?
I know
To benefit the
exactly.
people. I mean, what is government at the end of the day? Government is all of us as people, as citizens, banding together,
Taking
pooling
care
our
of ourselves.
resources,
Yeah.
to create infrastructure, to create stability, to create a society for everybody
For
to
everyone to prosper in.
right.
But that's not what we have here.
But now you go to you go to national forest, you go to a national park, you go anywhere that should be public, and
Hmm.
everything is privatized. All the food is
Oh yeah.
privatized. All the campgrounds are privatized
Yeah.
because you've had these assholes in office for 40 years that have wanted to privatize and deregulate everything. And all that
Exactly.
does is put a middleman into the game that's going to continually, a corporation, if they're not growing, they're failing.
Yeah.
So they have to keep on inching and inching and inching prices up and making their margin. It's the same as health insurance. Like, why the fuck do those guys need to even be there? What do they do?
They
What
don't
do they
do
do
shit.
besides stand between you and your goddamn doctor and skim like they
Yep.
did back in Vegas in the days, when they'd skim
Blood
off the top and send
sucking
it back to the
middlemen.
bosses. It's bullshit.
Blood
I'm
sucking
tired. I'm.
middlemen.
Can you tell that I'm pissed? Like I'm
A
just.
little bit.
I'm
Just a little
tired of
bit.
watching it. I'm tired of listening to it. I'm tired of all this rampant fucking corruption going on right under our noses, and we don't even talk about it. We're talking about fucking trans people. We're talking about
Right.
fucking immigrants. We're talking about shit that is not affecting
Talking about
people's
things that
lives,
don't matter
and we are being fucked in the ass without lube.
every
For
day.
reals, every fucking day.
Every day.
We've got billionaires setting public health policy, public economic policy. No one voted for them. They have no
Nobody voted
accountability.
for
The
that.
reason
Yeah,
they're there is because they have a lot of money and they bought their way in there. I
exactly.
mean, that's a threat to our society, to the stability of our society. And why do we
I
allow it? Why are we sucking Elon Musk's dick? Like
I feel
why is
like
half the country sucking his dick? Like what is
feel
that?
like yeah, that's a good question, but I feel like we are in the middle of, unless something turns around after Trump gets out. After hopefully, if Trump gets out, but something if something doesn't happen soon to make this country wake up somehow, I think we're just going to continue on this downward trend towards
Yeah, right?
authoritarianism.
Because
We're going to be a totalitarian state eventually. Well, maybe not that far, but definitely authoritarian. We're already a
we're already in a corporate authoritarian system.
plutocracy. Yeah,
We're already in a corporate authoritarian system. Corporations are controlling our speech. They control basically the public square, social
they
media.
control all the
Right?
platforms. They probably
So
control
yeah,
those
I mean,
platforms.
we still have First Amendment protections, so the government can't theoretically. I mean,
Definitely.
Julian
Yeah.
Assange would beg to differ, but the
Oh
government
yeah.
can't technically throw us in jail for speech.
But if
But
they wanted to take us, they could.
our job can fire us for speech. Our
Exactly. Our job can fire us.
social media platforms, which basically constitute the public square, can ban us, shadow ban us,
Yeah.
block us, whatever, if we say things that they don't like. If you speak out about Israel, watch out, man. Watch
Oh
the fuck
yeah.
out because they will shut your shit down.
Yeah.
Because somehow they control. Like, what the hell is that? Like you criticize Israel and suddenly you're an anti-Semite.
Yeah. I know. I know. Why can't you? Why can't you criticize? The state of Israel, especially for what they've been
Seriously,
doing for the last year and a half to the
yeah.
Palestinians. They've killed over 40,000 of them, for Christ's sake.
Well, even a lot of Jews are speaking out against it. You had Jews protesting on college campuses, and you had
Right.
assholes like Ben Shapiro calling them asshole or calling them
Yeah.
Nazis,
Ben Shapiro. Fuck
and
Ben
then they turn
Shapiro.
around and make
Did you
excuses
see
for
what Ben
Elon.
Shapiro said after the
Yes, and then they turn around and they do apologetics for Elon Musk, like literally throwing up a Sig Heil. And
I
then
know.
and then
And
after that he
he's
goes to
totally apologizing for him,
right?
making
And then
excuses.
and then after that Elon Musk goes to Germany and speaks to a fucking Nazi rally.
Oh, are you shitting me? Really?
No, I'm well, it's far right wing, and his whole message was we need to move on from the guilt of World War II and Nazism and Hitler. And this was to a
Oh,
far right German crowd, borderline Nazi organizations. He's telling us what he is. This is like J.K. Rowling when she was, oh no, I'm not a TERF, I'm not transphobic, whatever. And then
right.
she kept saying it and saying it, and like turning up the temperature a little bit at a time. This is what Elon Musk is doing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
it's the same shit the Young Turks are doing. They're just a little at a time, feeling the waters,
A little bit.
inching in
Yeah.
that direction. Jimmy Dore did it. Fuck that
Yeah.
guy, man. He
Ugh.
was doing apologetics for Elon Musk too. How gross
Was
is
he?
that? Yes. What the
I'm
fuck
not
is wrong with
surprised. I'm
him?
not surprised at all.
You know
These
what? When I
people.
was listen, when I first got into Bernie, and a lot of that was you. You got me into the Bernie thing in
Oh really?
2015.
Oh,
Yeah, and I got into YouTube, and the very first creator that I got into that was a real leftist. I was a pretty normal liberal whatever back then, Obama.
right.
Um, and really the first leftist YouTuber that I got into was Jimmy Dore.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah. He used to be
disappointing
a
to
real
me
actor.
to see him sucking Elon Musk's dick and making
Oh yeah.
excuses for. And if you go onto the comments on that video, even his own audience is just roasting the hell out of him because it's
Really.
obvious. It's
Oh
obvious
my
he's just
God.
cucking himself. It's
That's so
embarrassing.
gross.
It's embarrassing. I know.
That is
Especially if you
embarrassing.
knew what he was. Like he's the guy that spit in Alex Jones's face.
Yeah, I used to like him. I
He
thought he
needs to
was.
spit it. He needs to spit in his own fucking face now. I mean, because he became the thing that he hated. He's become the exact same thing that Alex Jones is.
Oh
He's
yeah.
talking about the deep state
Oh yeah.
and
Alex Jones.
vaccines,
Boy,
and they're
did
all
that
out to
guy
get
fall
you.
apart.
Yeah, right.
Good
God
lord.
damn, dude, I'm on one tonight.
Oh, did you hear? You heard about who bought his website, right?
Well, they tried to. I don't think it went through.
No, it did. I think it did.
Unfortunately,
Didn't
did it
it?
go through eventually?
I
I know it
thought
got
it did.
blocked. It got
Yeah, the
blocked by a
Onion.
judge. It got blocked by a judge or something at one point
No,
because I think they didn't allow anyone else to bid on it or something.
that's bullshit.
I don't really
No,
know.
I'm pretty sure they. Let me look. I gotta know. I know. I have to look it up. Sorry.
No, look it up. Let's do it. I'll put my old lady glasses on. Look at my phone.
Oops.
This is probably riveting material right now. Riveting content.
I know, right? You like this, folks? You like this content?
It's just like real life. Just tune into our podcast and watch
Oh
us,
no, you're
and
right.
watch
Look
us
at
look at
that.
our phones.
As of December 10th, a judge rejects the Onion's purchase of Alex Jones.
Fuck that judge, man.
Infowars.
Fuck that judge.
Why? That sucks ass.
It does.
The
And not in a
judge,
good way.
Christopher Lopez, ruled election for Infowars did not result in the best bids possible. Man,
Damn it,
that's
son of a bitch.
too bad. Well, I'm not going to
It
read it all
is.
right now, but I'll check it out later. That's so they bought it. Now I'm
Yeah,
depressed.
it's a bummer.
No, not really.
I mean, Alex Jones really did get his
You
comeuppance.
there? Can
Though.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
That guy's in there.
Am I losing you?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I think I got too many tabs open, so it was.
Yeah, you're kind of like freezing up a little bit.
So yeah, a little
Close some
choppy.
tabs. It's a little choppy.
Let me close some tabs. Close
You
up some
chop
tabby
yourself.
tabs.
I gotta open another
Chop,
beer.
chop.
I'm like 3 beers in.
Oh, what's that? What is going on? Oh, it's a movie. You're cordially invited. That looks funny. I haven't watched it yet.
I'm cordially invited. To what?
It's Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon, and they play parents of their own children, but they're both rented the same place for their own kids' weddings at the same day, and so it's like this big fight, and it just looks funny. Yeah,
that sounds
it's on
good.
Prime, I think, but I'm watching it on that website.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
I've been rewatching The Rings of Power.
Oh, nice.
I love it. I
That's
know
the
that's
more
not
recent one,
yeah,
right?
it's the Amazon series.
Right on. Eric,
I think
they
it's
got 2
beautiful.
seasons in. I tell you, this is also riveting information for our content for our
I know it is.
viewers.
How about next week? Next week. Okay, so I'm gonna find a topic
Okay,
that's actually news,
and I'm
current
going to watch
events.
the news this week.
Okay, this is our assignment. This is our homework.
Okay,
I'm gonna I'm gonna come
their
up with a
shit
topic next
together.
week, and I'm not gonna tell you what it is.
You're going to what?
I'm gonna bring a topic next week. I'm not gonna tell
Oh,
you what it
don't tell
is.
me. And then, but it has to be
And
something in the current events in the
yeah,
news.
exactly. Which means we have to watch the news. As painful and torturous as it is,
I know, but it
we're
has
gonna
to
have
be
to do.
done.
And also, you do the same. You
Yeah.
find a
Okay.
story
I
and
will.
you come. We'll talk about it. Don't tell me what it is because we're just gonna raw dock it right here on the show.
Okay. That sounds good to me because I've
Yeah,
had my head in the sand for 2 weeks now.
I know. I think it's time to. I think it's time to. It's Groundhog Day. It's time
What
to
I've been
come out and
doing.
see if
Oh yeah, it's Groundhog's Day.
it is. I think tomorrow or
Yeah, it's
Tuesday.
tomorrow, the 3rd, I believe.
Tomorrow, the day
Yeah,
before your birthday.
day before my
2,
birthday.
4, 6, 8. Who do we
Who do we
appreciate?
appreciate?
JVD, JVD, JVD.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
but yeah, it's time to pull my head out of the sand and start seeing what's going on in the world. Still, except I've only been looking on the periphery. Like hearing little bits and pieces from the late night guys, and
Yeah,
talking to my brother occasionally. He's on it more than I am right now, but I think he's been kind of the same way as well. Just don't want to engage right now.
yeah. It's
It's sad.
uncomfortable.
I think we're in a sad place as a
It
country.
is. It's really gross.
And the people that aren't sad right now and that are, laughing at the liberals because they lost, they're the people that are going to be hurting in a lot of ways.
They are. They really are, and they don't
Really?
even know it. Like and I feel bad for them. Like as much as
Yeah.
it would be, satisfying to see them get their comeuppance when it does come, and it
I
is.
don't want to see anybody hurt. Yeah.
No, I don't want to see society decline further.
No,
Because
exactly.
I wish people could understand the delicate balance that is a stable society and
Yeah.
the nice edge
Yeah,
that it
democracy.
sits on.
Yep.
And how little it would take to tip it in either direction to fall off the edge into the abyss, into chaos.
I've heard.
A stable society is a rare thing. It's difficult to maintain, and it's all about balance. And we are so far out of balance right now that we are on the fucking edge.
I heard a international journalist. I think his name is Christopher Hedges. Kind of blondish, balding,
Yeah, I know him. Yeah,
glasses.
Chris Hedges.
Yeah.
He's smart. He's a smart
Yeah,
dude.
very smart guy. But yeah, I think this was when Trump was in power first time. He said something about, I saw him on a YouTube video, and he was talking about how he said, we in America, we feel like, we have this strong democracy and it's been here forever and it will be here forever. Well, I got news for you. It's only been here 250 years and it could easily
nothing.
go away like that. And you wouldn't even know it over a very small amount of time. Slowly but surely, freedoms are taken away. And, like the woman's right to do what she wants with her body. Boom, that's gone.
Yeah, and by the time you figure out what's going on, it's almost too late.
And by the time you figure out what's going on, it's almost too late. Exactly. And he's like, I've been in multiple countries all over the world where, it was a democracy at one point, and then all of a sudden, within a 6-month period of time, it's suddenly an autocratic, almost a totalitarian state,
Well, and the beauty of our system, the way that it was designed and set up, is that there's no concentration of power. We have separation of powers, and
Exactly.
three branches, and we have
Well,
all
Trump
these
wants to
checks
change all that.
checks and balances because whether it's communist, whether it's capitalist, anything in between, concentration of power results in authoritarianism.
Exactly.
And we have a concentration of power because in our country, money equals power.
Right.
And we have this huge concentration of money where 3 people own more wealth than half the rest of the country.
Yeah.
And so that gives them more power and it consolidates and concentrates power into fewer and fewer and fewer hands. And that results in authoritarianism.
Yeah. Exactly.
People think communism equals authoritarianism. It's not. It's concentration of power equals authoritarianism. So yeah, if there's too much power concentrated in the government in a communist country, then yeah, that's going to result in authoritarianism. But also the same thing happens on the other end. It's just a concentration of power results in authoritarianism, regardless of the fucking system that you're under.
And there's a movement on the right now. It's been around for a while. Um, that talks about just doing that, concentrating more powers in the. I forget the name they give it, but basically it's talking about giving more power to the president, so that the presidential.
Oh, they've already done it. They've already done it. That the
have.
Supreme Court basically ruled that the president in the
sure.
fulfilling of his
Well,
duties.
they want to just keep it going too. They want to keep it going. They don't want.
And how short-sighted is that? Because they love it now when their guy's in, but what happens
when their
guy loses? Unless they plan on having just like an unending dictatorship.
Right, exactly.
Like what happens when someone gets in that they don't agree with, and then suddenly that person has all that power. It's short-sighted and it's stupid, and they don't understand the basic function of the government and the way that our system was set up.
That's kind of what I'm worried about 4 years from now. What the hell is Trump
right?
doing? Is he just going to say, well, sorry?
You know what? That fat fuck is going to be dead in 4 years.
Hopefully.
You can't be a fat fuck like that and eat McDonald's every day and waddle around on a golf cart and not expect to kill over dead. The guy, what is he, like fucking 80 years old?
He'll be 79 this summer.
Yeah, that fat fuck's going to be in the ground in 4 years.
Yeah, we can hope. But I mean, there's still projects.
We can hope.
There's still the Heritage Foundation.
Yeah, no, it's not him. He's just their vehicle. He's just their vehicle that he's really good at self-marketing and self-promotion, and he's gotten a lot of people to join his cult. So he's been the vehicle, the Trojan horse, if you will, that these fuckers rode in on.
When he keels over, what's going to happen to the party? You know,
it's hard to say. It is hard to say
because he owns the party now.
He does, and they won't have that charismatic leader, and that's like the hallmark of a cult.
I think I've never really thought about it before, but the first thought in my head is maybe they're gonna be lost for a while. You know, I mean they've been very good at making plans for long term as a party. You know, they're pretty organized. They got their shit together. But since they've become this cult of personality to Trump, you know, are they still going to be able to maintain that order, that discipline? I don't know.
There's no the thing of it is there's no discipline. There's no truth. There's no principle. There's not even policy. There's not even policy. It's whatever Trump says and whatever benefits Trump is what they believe in.
But I'm saying after Trump dies and he's no longer in charge of the party, is the party going to go back to being a normal party and get back to getting their shit together, or are they just going to be break apart? Who knows?
They didn't exactly have their shit together before.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying they do long-term planning. Look what they've done to our country. They've been planning on the shit that they've gotten through for the last 40 years since Reagan.
That's true. I mean, I wouldn't call them a normal party with their shit together.
Since before Reagan, the Heritage Foundation's been around since '73. They've been doing it. Their first Project 2025 treatise was like 8,000 pages, just fucking insane.
I know. And the scary thing,
they did a lot of that shit over the years too.
And the scary thing right now is that they don't have any guardrails.
No,
they can basically do whatever they want right now.
Exactly.
There is going to be a backlash. Inevitably, there will be a backlash because what they want to do is authoritarian. And when people start sniffing that out, they're going to push back against it. But how much damage is going to be done in the meantime? That's the part that scares me is the damage that has to be done for everyone to see what they're actually doing. And I wish it didn't have to come to that. And it's not like everyone hasn't been fucking warning everyone, like, dude, this is what's happening. But I don't know. I guess some people have to learn the hard way.
Well, I guess they have to, but I don't know. There's a lot of dumb people out there who follow him, but I also feel like that.
Well, it's not even that they're dumb people. They're desperate people whose lives suck, and the economy's been shit for years. And this guy actually speaks to their pain, right? He says, exactly. I see what's happening, but here's what it is. It's those fucking trans people. It's those fucking immigrants that are ruining it's the war on Christmas. That's ruining your life. Your life sucks because of a whole bunch of bullshit that isn't making your life suck.
It's not.
So he's channeling the pain and the anger and using it to his advantage, but he's not really acknowledging the real problems.
But if people would have listened to Bernie, and if the Democratic Party would have picked Bernie instead of saying, "Oh, Bernie can't win. He's a socialist," he would have won. I bet he would have beaten Trump
He would have
Hands down.
destroyed Trump, and this whole clown show would never have happened.
I know, exactly. And we'd have
We
a
would have had
much
an we
better
would
off
have had an
country.
populist, not a
Yeah.
fake counterfeit populist.
Not a guy that loves dictators.
But here we are in this dystopian timeline, and this is what we have to work with.
Exactly. I want to. Where's my little machine that'll twist the time back, or switch me over to a different timeline, the one where Bernie wins. I want to live in that America, you know. And Bernie had 2 terms, and we just got off of Bernie's second term, and now
we have
AOC.
universal health care, free college.
Yeah, and now AOC ran and she won. So now we've got AOC as our president.
Is she even old enough to run for president?
Oh yeah, you got to be 35. She's
I thought it was like 40 something. Is it just 35?
35, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she can do it.
I would think so, yeah.
She wouldn't be my first choice.
No. I'm just talking my imaginary dream timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. But alas, no, we get the Trump timeline.
Alas.
Oh well, what are we gonna do? Just have to endure.
Yep.
Well, fight back where you can, I guess. Do your own little part in your own little corner of the world. And don't let people say terrible things, you know, because people will be saying and doing terrible things in the next 4 years, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
And if you have any influence over other people, you know, we need to be vigilant in that respect as well, I think, you know. Don't let people be assholes, you know, and be cruel to the less fortunate just because they're different or whatever. So that's my substance for the week.
Well,
I think I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I am too. It was a brutal week.
Yeah.
Just everything going on in the world. Work has been stressful. But I bought a new car.
But you got a new car. Woo!
I'm trying to make myself feel better.
Hip hip hooray. That's good. Yeah.
All right, we're at 42 minutes and 15 seconds.
Not bad. That's better than last week, or at least more than
I know, right? Let's actually come with some topics next week. I just wanted to rant today. Like, I just felt like ranting my little brain off.
I liked your rant. It was a very good rant.
I'm an angry Karen today.
Yeah, there you go. That's okay. Every once in a while, you gotta let your Karen out.
Right. It starts to build up, and you have to let it out.
Yeah, exactly.
My coworkers will appreciate that you let me take it out on you instead of them tomorrow.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah, they don't need your wrath.
Well, they get it often.
Okay.
Only when they deserve it.
Only when they fuck up.
Only when they fuck up.
That's right.
All right. Should we call it a night?
Let's call it a night. I'm good.
Let's call it another fucking night.
I'm getting tired. I gotta work in the morning, so.
Oh, you gotta go to work early too.
Tomorrow is 6. Today was 7:30, so it wasn't bad. I got a lot of sleep.
That's really early. You need to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm in bed. What time is it now? It's 9:30. Yeah, 9:45 almost my time.
Yeah.
So I'll be in bed in the next half hour or so.
All right. Well, we almost got a 45-minute show tonight. I think that's pretty good.
I think that's pretty good. Yeah.
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 I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the rant.
You had a good rant. We talked about a few things.
I feel bad. I was probably talking over you a lot because
I was
going, and I was just going to steamroll anything in my path.
I was able to find the breakpoints from time to time, so yeah.
Okay, good. I'm sorry. I'll do better next week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were fine. All right then.
All right.
Goodbye, everyone. Hit that like button.
Hit the fucking like button. Smash it.
Smash it.
Smash it.
Like.
Subscribe. Like and subscribe, bitches.
Like and subscribe. We love you, people. Have a great week.
We love all 3 of our subscribers. One of them's me.
Right. There you go. Well, it's good to love yourself.
It's fine. I love myself. I do.
Should.
Okay. We'll see y'all next week.
See you next week. Bye. Good night. Click.